Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project 365, episode 683. Today what we're doing is starting to treat some of those limitations that we teased out over the last couple days. Now, over the last couple days, we went over a functional evaluation, so check back if you guys didn't catch that. And what we tried to do is distinguish between a limitation in scapular rotators versus a limitation in the back rotators, or rotators that were connected into the back tissue, right? And we said that we would have to treat these and target these just a little bit differently. So today what we're going to do is we're going to target those scapular rotators. And remember what I said is that the one major villain there is going to be the subscapularis. Now the subscapularis basically sits right underneath your shoulder blade, or the scapula, hence the word subscapularis. Sub, beneath, and then scapularis is kind of scapular, that, you know, right? Kind of makes sense, sort of. Anyway, so what we're going to do today is we're going to do a little bit of tissue mobilization using either a broomstick or a PVC pipe, and then we're going to do a little bit of a stretch to go along with that. The first thing that we want to be able to do is we want to be able to mobilize the tissue. That helps break it up and get the adhesions kind of flushed out of there, so that way the tissue can better accept the lengthening that we're going to try to do, okay? So first things first, what you're going to need is a PVC pipe. What I like to do with the PVC pipe is give yourself a towel, or take your t-shirt off if you're trying to impress the girls at the gym, right? Because what this does is it just makes it a lot more comfortable, right? Because it's super, like if you just use the PVC pipe, it gets super sharp and you don't really want to do that. What we're trying to do here is I want you guys to understand the way that the scapula sits on the rib cage. It doesn't sit perfectly towards the back, but it kind of rounds forward. So if I was to hunch my shoulder forward and I was to draw a direct line into this direction like that, right? That's about where I'm going to be able to come back through, because basically what I'm trying to do is miss my rib cage but hit my shoulder blade. Now from right there, all I'm going to do is bend forward. I'll be able to put that same pressure down right there, right? But now we're just going to go ahead and cover that with a towel. So the towel gives me just a little bit of fluff there, and I can still do the same thing. So the way that I'm going to set up with this is I'm just going to bring the towel and the PVC into my armpit right here, and you're going to be able to get up towards the top portion, like just like if you're putting on deodorant, and then you're just going to let go and you're going to let that arm hang. This arm doesn't do that much at all, because the more tension that I put through it, the more I'm going to block that tissue from getting in there nice and deep. And you'll know when you're in that right spot, because it's pretty sensitive just on about everyone, okay? So the first thing that I'm going to do there is I'm just going to find a hot spot, okay? And as I go ahead and I work through, and I lean to the one side, lean to the other side, push the PVC pipe down just a little bit, or pull it up just a little bit, I'm looking for a hot spot. Once I do, I'm going to find that hot spot, and I'm going to hang out there until that 10 turns into a 5. Now we say 10 turns into a 5 as in, well, we have high intensity until that high intensity cuts in half, right? So after I hang out right there just a little bit, what I want to do is I want to start provoking some lengthening of that tissue. So I'm going to do a little bit of that pin and stretch. So I find that tender spot, and I'm going to just start with my hand palm facing down or towards my body, and I'm just going to start to lift. And I can just lift as high as I can. I'll feel a little bit of tissue drag underneath there. And I'll do about 3 passes. Once I do the third pass, what I'm going to do is my hand's going to go from a palm down position to a neutral position, or like a knife edge position. And from right there, I'm basically inducing a little bit more shoulder external rotation, so it should be a little bit more difficult, right? And then once I do 3 passes right there, my palm is going to come up. And this one should be the most difficult. I should feel the most tissue tension under here, okay? And I might not be able to raise my hand as high. Once I go ahead and complete 9 passes, so first poke around, find the hot spot, treat that till the 10 turns into a 5, then get 9 passes in there. I'm going to drop the towel onto the outside. I've shown this stretch before. We called it a chicken wing, because what it looks like is it looks like we're going to go ahead and start flying away. Except what I want to do is I want to take out any tension that I might have built up into the lat. So what I'm going to do is, instead of having the elbow up in this 90-degree position, that's going to put the shoulder at 90 degrees of flexion, I'm going to drop it down as low as I can. So I go ahead, I grab, like I'm grab the PVC pipe like I'm grabbing a sword. I go ahead and flex my elbow, and then I kind of let the PVC pipe hang out towards the outside of my bicep here, right? And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drop my elbow down towards my side. And you can see as I lift the PVC up a little bit higher, I'm gonna gain tension because it's gonna push me down just a little bit farther. And if this is like an impossibility, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to go behind yourself, okay? So this is the people that have a lot of restriction in here. They're gonna start from behind. The people that are able to start to gain a little bit more ability, they're gonna come in front, right? And then we dictate how much tension we have by how much we pull up on the PVC pipe and how much we push it out, okay? And you can even do that by just kind of pushing your body into it, and that should be enough from right there. What we wanna be able to try to do, post-exercise, static stretch for at least 30 seconds, 3 sets, okay? Guys, I really hope this helps you out, and I hope it helps you on your road to getting a little bit more external rotation for your front squat and front rack, okay? Until tomorrow, we're optimizing function to optimize performance.